Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, today's video, I'm going to be talking about how much I spent on the new summer DLC in GTA 5 Online. Alright, guys? So, now this is going to vary for a lot of people, but I want to ask you guys, what did you spend on this DLC? How much did you actually buy? Did you buy all the vehicles? Did you go ahead and buy a yacht as well? I mean, imagine a game company uh, making you buy a multi-million-dollar vehicle just to get a outfit for hosting the missions of that said multi-million-dollar vehicle. Oh, Rockstar, yes. Oh my God. Anyways, though, okay, so what I'm talking about is, I mentioned this in my prediction video, talking about how much I predicted this DLC will cost. I said, they may make it to where the yacht is a prerequisite for this DLC. Now, technically, the yacht is not a part of this DLC. It came in with a different DLC, right? However, there is one caveat to that. You do not have to own a yacht to participate in the missions. You can just join somebody else. However, if you want the captain's outfit, you have to host the missions, meaning you must own a yacht. Now, the yachts were on discount, they have been on discount, and they will go on discount again. So I'm just curious. I want to know who bought a yacht to do this. You know what I mean? Who made the plunge and got the yacht? Who walked the plank and got the yacht? Anyways, so I'm gonna kind of break down what I've bought and what it all cost, all that good stuff. But definitely, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you have not already, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to my channel with notifications turned on, ring that bell. That way you guys are notified for all my future videos on this channel, okay? So, let's go ahead and talk some numbers first. We'll talk numbers, right? When this DLC dropped, I started out with $459,997,951, okay? So almost 460 million, right there, close to several thousand off. All right, that's where I started with, and I will remind you guys of that later on. So the DLC drops, and we're all pretty excited about this because it's something different, right? It's new content, and there apparently is no drip-fed content with this DLC. Everything got released day one, that we know of, right? There's nothing that anybody's found in the game files that I'm aware of. So, this is basically it until the big winter expansion DLC, okay? So we have a total of 15 new vehicles. We have some new clothes. We have new missions. A good amount of content, right? Not bad. Very, very enjoyable. So, what do all the numbers add up to? So, you guys know this. I've bought all the vehicles, the new arcade games that came out, the heavy metal and the cubed, some of the clothes, and we could talk about what I spent, and we can kind of guesstimate what this DLC cost overall, and we'll talk about a couple different numbers in there, right? So first of all, again, let me ask you guys: did you buy a yacht? That's going to be a big thing right there. And with this DLC, how many extra apartments or properties did you guys buy? Because now you can own up to 8 new pieces of property. So say you just had one 10-car garage or one 10-car apartment. You now have the availability to buy 7 extra properties. Now, for me, I was only able to buy 2 extra properties. So we'll talk about how much that spent, okay? Let's start with that. Now, I could have just bought, 2 very cheap pieces of property, and that would have cost me around, I don't know, like $150,000. But I bought another stilt house, which is like the third time I bought one of those. And I bought another apartment, 10-car garage, downtown, because I obviously wanted to have an extra 20, vehicle slots, because there's 15 new vehicles already. So I wanted to have 20 extra ones, right? So with that, on the apartments, I spent roughly $1.1 million, with the stilt apartment, or the stilt house, and one of the new apartments, or a different apartment downtown, okay? Now that may vary for you. You may have only spent a couple $100,000. You may have spent $4 or $5 million on some extra apartments. So your number may be different from mine, what I spent overall. Again, I already own the yacht, right? You may have had to buy that to take part in getting the captain's outfit if you wanted to. So I purchased a couple new apartments. That was at $1.1 million. I bought the new arcade consoles. Okay, because we got 2 new arcade consoles, so I definitely have to add that into this. And I spent $999,000. All right, it was $666 for one, $333 for the other. Really weird pricing, whatever though. So basically an extra $1 million. Now the vehicles for this DLC accounted for, I'd say, 95% of the price of this DLC. And it's right on par with what I predicted. I predicted the open wheel race vehicles would be between, 3 and 4 million. I predicted that the other vehicles would be about, on average 1.5 million. Some were much more expensive. Some, were a little bit cheaper. The Benny's vehicles, kind of helped out with that because, for example, take the Yuga. The Yuga is broke. It's a 4x4 upgrade that cost $860,000 on sale, which means it's like over 1 million normal price. And the van is not even a 4x4. It's not even an all-wheel drive. The 2 front tires don't even spin. It's broke. It's ridiculous, right? So, things like that. So the majority of the pricing went towards the vehicles. And you guys know I made the videos. I bought all the vehicles. And I practically got all of the top-end, customization options. Not all of them. I didn't get the max amount on everything, right? I didn't buy like the most expensive bumper. I bought one maybe that was like $2,000 or $3,000 cheaper. Now with the clothes and the mask, I didn't buy every article of clothing. I didn't buy every single mask, but you can see the pricing. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't really that expensive, and you can kind of guesstimate to what it was. You know what I mean? You can kind of get an idea of what all that stuff cost, and so that's how we can kind of come to an idea of what this whole thing, this whole DLC costs in its entirety. So with my numbers, with what I bought all of those vehicles. I upgraded them all out. You guys saw the videos on there. Got the new arcade consoles. I got 2 new properties. I already had the yacht, obviously. I ended up spending, this is what it was. After, I had $459,997,951. Okay? When I was done buying everything I wanted to buy. Now, remind you, I made a few thousand here or there doing the missions. I also had to pay money for my, my utility fees. So that kind of cancels it all out, okay? So when everything was said and done, I paid very strict attention to this. I wanted to make sure I got the numbers as close as I could. When it was all said and done, I was left with $430,958,086, okay? Which means if you do the math up, I spent roughly $39,039,856. That's a good chunk right there. Day one, practically. So, I mean, that's a lot of money. And like I said, 90% of that, 95% was all vehicles. So, what did you guys end up spending? All right. Again, the yacht and the amount of properties will be the wild card. But you heard what I said. I dropped just over 29 million in total. And with my setup here, I already own the yacht. I only had to buy 2 extra properties. If I were to buy the extra, articles of clothing, you know what I mean? I'm talking maybe 29.3, 29.4 with the extra vehicle upgrades. So right where I predicted, between 20 and 30 million. But I want to know what you guys spent. Seriously, though. I mean, I want to see what these numbers were in the comments down below. You guys, thank you so much for coming to the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the ills and reels content in the game. Smash that like button. And we'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace out. Yeah.